I didn't have a late enough night last night doing live streams. I'm here again this morning packing some more parcels. Not as many today. I think people are starting to realise that it's unlikely things are going to turn up in time for Christmas now. So how is everybody? If there's anybody there, that is. Price labels get removed first, like I said yesterday, before I can get them ready to wrap and pack. That's why I use lighter fluid to get the gunk off. That's one thing I haven't brought with me to put in front, is the cloth to wipe down with. Always forget something. Always forget something. I'm back. I'm back. Hello, TJ. Yes, I'm at it again. It never stops. It never stops, love. Especially at this time of year. Tuesdays are the worst. I tend to have quite a lot to do on a Tuesday because I pack, and I thought I'd try it this way around as well. Yeah, morning. Yeah, Tuesdays are the worst because parcels go out on a Friday. I'm shut then Sunday and Monday. They don't get collected Saturday, so we've got all of, from Friday, we've got all of Fridays, Saturdays, Sundays and Mondays parcels that go out on a Tuesday. Tuesdays are a nightmare for packing parcels. So I dare say on those days I might not be able to do a stream because I'll be too busy getting on with doing what I need to do. So what have you been up to, TJ? Have you got all of your questions ready for the quiz? I'm going to have to tune into this one. I'm going to have to tune in. I think I've missed all the others. What box did I pick out for that? I picked this one, which I just had delivered to me yesterday. I like recycling old boxes rather than them ending up in landfill, and it saves me having to buy more as well. There's only you watching so far, TJ. Doing the last two today. Last two questions or last two rounds? How many questions do you tend to do? I'm being nosy now. I always tend to overthink these things. It's like, oh, do I do 100 questions? Do I do 100? Then that might be a bit much. I don't know. Oh. Yeah, and I thought I'd try landscape. No, portrait this time, because I thought you'd be able to see what I'm actually doing then. And it's working better because the messages are staying on screen longer. In fact, they're staying on screen. That's good. That's very good. I've learnt something. Never actually showed what that was. It was a Marvel Legends vulture figure from Spider-Man Homecoming? Spider-Man Homecoming. If you have 4 hours and 45 minutes spare, do 100 questions. Right, okay. Hello, Ethan. How you doing, mate? Are you well? One of my last Christmas presents turned up yesterday. Hello, Cement. 4:13 in the morning there. Wow. Wow. What are you doing up? Why aren't you in bed? Have you got up early just so you can watch Mark undo his advent calendars? Aye, not too shabby, Tammy. Good. Good, good, good. Right, okay. Next parcel that I'm going to pack is some comics. It's a Marvel crossover with Fortnite. 5 issues in the series, and I think people are mostly interested in the fact that it came with codes that you could use in the game. I don't know what they were. I think it were like weapons or skins for the game. Oh, I brought so many of them. I only need 2. In bed, just can't sleep. Dear me. It felt like I had a late night last night. Well, especially late. I think it was about 11:30, maybe midnight at most. But it felt later than that. And this morning I was absolutely shattered. Could have done with lying. could have done with an extra hour. Just 30 questions this time. So you normally do more, what, normally 50? And it's a Christmas one. So it's all Christmas questions. Like Christmas number ones and Christmas movies. Interesting. What did I get for Christmas on in such and such year? That'd be a good one. No one would be able to answer that, would they? Yeah, I'll try my best to tune in. I will. I'll try my best. Oh. I thought, since there's only 4 parcels to pack this time, I thought maybe afterwards I could have a little walk around the shop and let you have a look at what there is. So if you want to start thinking about what you might want to see. I know Ethan's wanting to see upstairs because he's not managed to make it upstairs, so maybe that's an idea. I don't know why I did that. I'm an idiot. I'm thinking I'm packing a single comic like I did yesterday. Ugh. Oh, you see, chatting like this is going to distract me, isn't it? Oh, maybe this is a bad idea. And Mike did decide to surprise us with a presence on last night's Cosmic Council, which I don't know if any of you guys watched it, but it was quite fun. We all had fun anyway. My sleeping is all turned around. Been sleeping during the day. I'm missing lots. So that's a shame. If you could, that would be ace. That's the walk around upstairs. I will do. It really depends on how I am, but I think 30 is a good... Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. Morning, Jumpy. How are you, sir? You on your break at work? Wow. Right, now see, this is what I normally do with a bundle of comics like this. Wrap the cardboard around it. Which is what I didn't do, did I? I didn't do that. Tape it up. So it keeps them nice and tight. And then any bashes they get, it hits the cardboard and not the comics. That's the idea anyway. It also, by giving an extra layer of cardboard either side, in theory, makes it more difficult for the postman to bend it in half. Doesn't always work though, does it? Doesn't always work. There we go. That's right on what they are. That one's Vulture. Actually, that needs taping up, doesn't it? And Fortnite. And then I know what I'm booking in later. You've done 3 hours already, okay. It's that shift work then, obviously, isn't it, Jumper? You started at 6. Six 2 today then, I'm guessing? Kind of taped over the Fortnite. No, Vulture. I don't know. Like they're not comics. And then we got a couple of Hasbro figures. We got Emperor's Guard, Black Series, and a Crimson Guard. It's essentially 2 red guards, isn't it? From G.I. Joe. We have a nice postie that knocks for every parcel. That's good. Even if it's in the letterbox. That is good. That is good. So much better than my experience. And Ed was saying on the chat last night that his deliveries lately, they're playing knock a door run, dropping it on the doorstep, knocking and sodding off. That's not good enough. That's really not good enough. I'm going to wrap each one separately, I think. And hopefully they should fit in this box, which has already been cut down. Let's how I received it. Nice sturdy ones of these that come from Diamond. Those are the only good things I get from Diamond. The boxes, because I get to reuse them. Very nice. A few too many. There we go. Perfect. Still the postie coming. Oh. I don't know if I'm able to flip the camera around while I'm live. That'll be another experiment. If I can, then I'll be able to just have a little walk around and talk to you while I'm showing you. But if you want to think about stuff that you want to have a look at when I finish packing, which I'm nearly done already, then do. Probably do. Red guards. I'll know what that means, won't I? Will I? Will I? So that's 1, 2, 3. There's only 4 today. The other one, tiny. Can anyone tell what it is? That's what's going now. I need the smallest piece of bubble wrap for this. A hand, yes, it is a hand. It's a fist. It's known as a fist. It's Starscream's fist from a vintage G1 Generation 1 Transformer. Someone's obviously bought that to complete one that they've got. I've got a nice little box here that it'll just about go in. I have to fold my flyer up to fit in there, don't I? You didn't know you were going to get in a bit of fisting action this morning, did you? Fist. There we are, we're done. That's all of today's parcels done. Nice easy start to the day, I suppose. Oh. I'm going to leave my mess and tidy it up later. He says while tidying it up. Right, let's have, yeah. Oh, behave. Why? It's fun to be naughty. Right, let's see. Can I turn it around? There we are. And that piece of cardboard there is what the phone was hanging from then. Right, so what do you want to see first? We start with some of the Godzilla stuff. Everyone goes crazy for the Godzilla stuff, don't you? I quite like these little statues. They're only small, as you can see. That's my hand. Open the cabinet, you can get it without the... I quite like these. I think these are great. These two are extras. It's number 1 and number 2 in the set. But there's 8 altogether in the set, and that is a complete set there, boxed. Which is cool. Got the Micro Man ones there, which Mark seems to like. That there. A couple of model kits. Love this guy. I think that's fantastic. Them teeth look real. Really do look real. Oh, got some vintage Star Trek. Got the old Mego figures there. Some alien stuff. I think Kieran mentioned his, not Kieran. Ethan mentioned his alien stuff yesterday, didn't he? I know you wanted to have a look at the big green one, but that's downstairs. Excuse the shaky cam. That egg, that's a money box. What's that? And there's all the little mini mates as well. They're cool. That's the alien stuff. Then we've got some Star Wars stuff. Some Star Wars stuff. That tin's interesting. It's got, I think it's got 5 tin. They call them cards, but they're metal. And they've got the cover art on them for Dark Empire, which is quite sweet. Darth Vader telephone, anyone? You think your dog modelled for those teeth? That's an interesting one there. It's a Zippo lighter, but with Gamera on it. It comes with a belt clip and a chain. Expensive, very expensive. Some glow-in-the-dark theatre bottle caps. Got the R2-D2 phone there, which goes with the Darth Vader one. Proper house phones. First 30 of the Captain Britain run. From the, were they from the 70s? Yeah, 1976. 1976. Futurama. Dr. Zoidberg's. Battlestar Galactica stuff. Few retro games. I can't seem to keep this tidy. Every time I try, it's like people just make a mess of it. Sorry, my finger was in the way then, wasn't it? A couple of rare boxed consoles there. That one's probably rarer still, is the Mega CD. Mark's favourite cabinet there. Vintage Star Wars. Well, the 3 of them. He likes them ones. And of course the Palitoy Action Force. He likes them too. I quite like this Dungeons and Dragons guy. He's pretty cool. I love what they call them? Beast? Oh, it's gone. My brain's dead. Beast what? Battle Beasts. There we go. Battle Beasts. I got there in the end. I got there. Vintage Transformers on the top shelf there in this one. Some bootlegs, which are quite sought after. That's a good one. Battle of the Planets, or Gatchaman, actually. Gatchaman. Pre-Battle of the Planets. How do I know it's vintage? Well, a lot of the time they only release the one version of them. As for Star Wars, the vintage stuff is completely different to the modern stuff. Completely different. Take care, Jumpy. Have a good day at work, mate. Anyone like a Han Solo on Tauntaun? You're probably just going to end up seeing all the stuff that's been in previous videos, to be fair. Rocketeer. That is such an underrated film. I love that film. Really do love that film. Some vintage stuff. Well, not vintage, the 90s. 1990s. Technically they're vintage, because anything over 20 years old can be considered vintage. And they are over 20 years old. I painted one of these Darth Vaders years ago. It was my first model kit. And I have to say, I think I did a really, really good job of it. Look at that giant Mothra. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with that thing. Big Vader and R2? I suppose they're to scale with each other, aren't they? You don't realise how big R2 actually is. She's a favourite of mine as well. Maria from Metropolis. Shares a name with my mother. Some bootleg Godzillas. Cabinet's locked, so I can't get to it at the moment. I don't have the key on me. Do I have the key on me? Just to get rid of that, I do. Just get rid of that reflection. There we go. There we go. That's a lighter, is that? That one's actually a lighter. Obviously no fuel in it. King Pong? So you have to know Star Wars. I think it's one of those things, once you've had a little bit of experience, and it is only a little bit, then you know. It's one of those things you just know. He's quite cool, that big Hulk there. Old Mark's toy. It's got a lot of wear, as you can tell. But it's because it's one of those rubber. You see what I mean? It's rubbery, so paint doesn't stick too well to it. But yeah, it's that's a vintage one. 1976. 76 or 78? What do you think? What do you think? 78, I think? I think it's 78. But yeah, made by Marks in the UK. It's one of those you could pump it up and he would swell, so you'd get angrier. And yeah, a couple of Rocky figures back there. Apollo Creed and Ivan Drago. That fire engine there is a favourite of mine as well. I had one of those as a kid, and that's in really nice condition. Really nice. E.T. Who doesn't love E.T.? He looks so sad, doesn't he? Bless him. You just stick with graded vintage Star Wars, Ethan. You must be loaded then. I know what you mean, though. Yeah. Cement was born in 76. That's Matchbox set of cars back there. They've all got Coca-Cola branding on them. That's from the 90s as well. These are proving popular. Little egg monsters. You got a Godzilla one back there, a King Ghidorah, like a Brontosaurus type thing. Crocodile, Wolfman. That one's a King Kong that's fallen over there. Another crocodile, and then Rodan. Yes, South Park. There's your South Park. I don't think they're featured in any videos, actually, have they? It's quite a big space up here, as you can see. Those cabinets kind of like run down the middle. And the comics are on the other side, and that's where I would just pack in parcels, as you know. So it is quite a big space. Quite like these cabinets at the moment. Those Masters of the Universe classics are awesome. I had a massive collection of those. Someone brought me a load of them, and it would have filled this cabinet. Packed like that, it would have filled this cabinet and maybe some of the next. But that's all that's left now on that top shelf. A couple of vintage Ghostbuster pieces there. Ghost Spooker, and I forget what that orange one's called. Do I have Playmobil? Now, downstairs I have some of the Asterix Playmobil. They're brand new. I have a couple of pre-owned sets. There's the A-Team van and the Ghostbusters van. It's not a van, is it? It's the Ecto 1 set. I've got those downstairs, and then I've got a handful up here. I say a handful, actually. I'll move over so you can see. This tray here is full of Playmobil animals and people that I've bagged up. Mummy cow, daddy cow, and baby cow. Get all three for £6. I think that's reasonable. Rhino. £6. Apparently they're quite hard to find. Saber-toothed tiger. They're quite hard to find, but I've got 4 of them, I think, or more. I think whoever it was had a bit of a thing for them. Some sheep. More sheep. Piggies. I like the piggies, they're cool. So yeah, there's some. There's some. Not loads, sadly, but there's some. I had that Ghostbusters toy as a kid as well. I played a lot with that, actually. I think my grandma bought me it. Rocklords. I can't remember where we got to now. Pirates of the Caribbean. There was a nice big box set in here which had the Skeleton Jack and Skeleton Barbossa sort of like standing off against each other. That was quite cool. Special Weapons Dalek there. Huge fan favourite. Some vintage Lego. I think for those we're looking at 70s. For the bottom one anyway. The 381. Men in Black. Oh, your niece only wants the people. Fair enough. A couple of Polly Pockets and those Micro Morphin Power Rangers play sets there. Very cool. All complete as well. One of my favourite Godzilla pieces that came from that collection. I love that. That's its box back there. I might take that home and hang it from the Christmas tree. How mental is that? Only the Japanese could put something like this out. It holds a can of pop, and then when you pour it, it makes the Godzilla roar, and it pours the pop out of Godzilla's mouth. Only the Japanese could think of that. Expensive though, very, very rare. Find another. And then those two guys, unreleased. They never actually went into production. So those are prototypes. So there was plans to release a toy line based on the animated series, but they never actually did it. And that's a still. Well, no, it's a variant cover of G-Fan magazine that's got a still on the image from the animated series, and it's signed by hundreds, dozens at least, of people that worked on that animated series. That's really cool, is that? Do I have any Jurassic Park stuff up here? Do I? Well, this cabinet has one thing in it, which you might have seen anyway, because it was in the window until I changed it for the Christmas display. And that's the Jeep down there. Is it a Jeep? Explorer, that was it. Oh, it was a Jeep Explorer, wasn't it? It's not complete, unfortunately. It's got, I know it's got one of the missile tips missing back there, and I'm not sure if the gun might be missing. I can't remember now. And then the only other thing I've got is hiding back here in this cabinet. There he is. And you know, off the top of my head, I cannot remember the price of him. I think it's 70 or 75. Got a set of Wombles. Wombling down Wimbledon Common there. There's 8 of them altogether. There's 5 on that shelf. There. And then there's those 3 down there. Oh. That's quite a hard to find Batmobile. You can get the grey one, you know, the darker grey from the animated series quite easily, but that's a particular version. That variant of it is very, very hard to find. They got weird after we dropped the bomb on them. Oh, that's not nice. That's really not nice, isn't that, Cement? I say some harsh things, but I don't think I'd go that far. That's some of the Godzilla stuff that people have been going crazy for. And Balin? Balton, I think it is, from Ultraman. Never watched Ultraman. Never, ever watched Ultraman. But yeah, these cabinets, these shelves were absolutely jam-packed at one point with Godzilla stuff. But a lot of it's sold now. A lot of it's sold. Ed's in the chat. Hello, Ed. Do I have any Star Wars figures? Do I have any Star Wars figures? I have one or two. You've missed them. Go back. Few Doctor Who bits and some of the part work ones. And you get a figure, little model and magazine. Oh, TJ's joining in Mark's joke now. The whole what's Star Wars. That's something that Mark would like to wake up to on Christmas morning. He's got no chance though. No chance at all. Nice little, well, some vintage. This is all vintage Lego actually. What's in here? And the Paradisa sets are quite sought after now as well. Oh no, there's one item that's not vintage Lego. We've got a Captain Kirk. Oh, we've got a very dark corner here. There's no light above it, and I don't know how to put a light in above it, so it's quite dim, but it's got all the Star Wars action fleet and some overflow stock from downstairs just because there isn't space for it down there. Some of the sale Marvel Legends items. Oh, it's reminded me, actually. I need to repack one of those parcels. Because this guy was supposed to go with the Vulture. I'll do it when I finish this stream. I'm not perfect. Big turtles? Turtles? They are quite big as well. That's my hand for scale. 18 inches, I believe. Oh, 15 inches it says on the box. Strange. They consider them quarter scale, so they should be taller than 15 inches. Very interesting. That's a custom Dalek that I did years ago for Christmas. I've lost the eye stick. Oh, I said I was going to stop tutting, didn't I? Lots of hugging bear. Get a battery-operated sensor light. Yeah, that could work, couldn't it? Main collection is Lego Star Wars figures. Trying to get everyone that's being made. It's sort of, yeah, because they keep bringing them out. There's something that might bring back memories for some. It's a reproduction. But I remember them coming out, was it 80s? I think it was 80s. And then we're back to here again. So yeah, that's pretty much all of upstairs. Kieran did ask at one point. He's not here in the chat at the moment, but he did ask at one point about the Action Men, didn't he? I've only got these two. Just those two. Reproductions there of the original ones. I think it was those two that he was asking about, the 90s ones. That's the box for those Gamera figurines. Oh, I quite like that idea of a battery-operated sensor thing. Yeah, that's quite cool. That's, any toy dinosaurs? As in cheapy, normal toy dinosaurs? I like the two-headed one. It's just mental. It's like T-Rex on crack. Oh, someone asked for one of those the other day. I said, no, I'm sorry, I've sold out. Got some Lord of the Rings stuff in the cabinet. Over here, this is just right at the top of the stairs. I can't even open that because there's something in the way. Let's move it. There we go. Lord of the Rings is such an underrated toy line. Some Gremlins Christmas tree ornaments. And Mark's Indiana Jones figures. Keeps looking at those. Let's have a look downstairs. I drew that and painted that. That Django Fett. It's not very good, is it? Well, the figure's probably not good, not bad, but the smoke effects and the fire's terrible. I did improve though. I did that a few years later. I'm still proud of that one. There's them Godzilla figurines that I love so much. What's cool, TJ? What's cool? Do we like the Yoda picture? Which is made up of individual scenes from the films. So clever. Oh, thank you, TJ. Very kind. Very kind. There's something that I like as well. The reaction figures by Super 7. They're quite cool. Unsightly wires. Unsightly wires. Oh. And I think you've probably all seen this. I think you've all seen downstairs quite a lot, haven't you? There you are, Ed. That's Star Wars. I've got Star Wars figures, look. Lots and lots and lots of Star Wars. She's hidden away up there, isn't she? Bastila Shan. Still got two of them. Cool. And apparently people are going mad for the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man. It's doing like 30-40 quid on eBay now. I need to come to Cosmic Toys. I've got quite a few. Right, I think I'll have a quick sweep round down here for you and then I'm going to get off. Still the bestseller. Still my favourite cabinet as well. Let's move those. So my finger keeps going up in front of the lens, doesn't it? Messy corner down here. I've been in the process of doing a little bit of tidying up. So, a bit of a mess. Oh, actually, Ethan said he wanted to have a look at that green alien, didn't he? Where's that green alien? It's hiding. It's hiding behind. You can just see the top of the box there, look. There we go. Look at the colour of that. It's just so neon. I love it. The acid green. There you are. I'd get it down, let you have a proper look, but I can't reach it at the moment. I'm literally stood on my tiptoes right now. Holding the phone up. Yeah, I like that. There were 3 of them all together. There was, I'll put that back up in a minute. There was a black one. There was like a brownie coloured one. And then there was the acid green one. Some diecast, some very dusty diecast. Dusty diecast. Go over these with the brush to get the dust off them. Come back a few days later and they're dusty again. Oh, someone's been messing. That doesn't belong there. I don't know where it does belong actually. Them's the NECA figures. Horror, Back to the Future, E.T. Couple of Godzilla ones hiding back there still. Elvira. She's been quite popular. Defenders of the Earth. Gremlins. There's another ET one there. Oh, needs a good tidy up. All the turtles down the bottom there. We've got some cuddlies. Like loads of Pokemon and Sonic the Hedgehog and Mario and Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon. And there's a trend there, isn't it? They're all video game related. Even Pac-Man Ghost and Fall Guys. There is Yoda though, and there's a King Kong and a Godzilla. There's some princess ones. Ragdoll type things and fairy ones and whatnot. There's all sorts there. There's those 2 Stingray sets that I got in from the Vectis auction a few weeks ago. Kids' toys, proper kiddie toys. They are. Those ones. And then we're on to the miniatures. The Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. And the Warhammer. Oh, you know, people do like making a mess, don't they? As if I ain't got enough to do tidying up after myself. I have to tidy up after everyone else as well. They're awesome. The Joy Toy figures. Really, really cool. Look at that guy back there. That is something that someone brought in to display how he paints things and to ask if anyone wanted any models painting. And what a fantastic job he's done. That looks amazing. Those ones are mine. And the Boba Fett back there, that's me. And so is the Darth Revan. I spent ages doing that for a friend for Christmas a few years ago. And then, as we got closer to Christmas, it just said, have we to not do presents this year? I'm like, you... I'm like, okay, yeah, no problem. That's fine. Take care, TJ. Bye-bye now. And you're going to be coming in after I take my little break. So you're in the new year. Fair enough, Ethan. No problem. Them cabinets probably still look the best in the shop. Oh. It's a shame she's gone. I could have showed her the Playmobil. She asked about... Oh, she was only asking for the figures, weren't she? That's fair enough. Right then, I'm going to get off now. And I will see you all. What's going on? When's the next video? Well, I'll probably do another one of these tomorrow if I've got any parcels to pack. Yeah, and Ed at Vaults of Icon's got a special going live tonight, so watch that. I'm looking forward to that. That's going to be fun. Right, take care, everyone. Bye-bye now.